You want some proof that we've been massively lied to? Check this out.
And these construction photos are ridiculous, where they are clearly edited. And they even admit that some of these photos were basically to trick the public. When they say that this famous photo of the guys sitting on the beam was arranged as a publicity stunt, all a part of a campaign promoting the skyscraper. Now, this is for the Rockefeller Center, but only 1 year after the Empire State Building. So they were in the business of doctoring photos during this time period, manipulating the public. So this is not a shocking accusation at this point, since we have seen this so many times, especially when the identity of the actual photographer remains unknown and will forever be a mystery, where it goes on to say, they don't even know who the people were in the shot. Photo manipulation has been going on much longer than we are told. And we know this now, and we have shown this. So we can't just simply look at a construction photo where the building is basically done anyway and say that that is proof when we know that isn't proof. The Great Depression began in 1929, where people were in shock. They were not focused on which building was being constructed. They were not focused on how many years it took to build the building. They didn't have the internet to quickly look this stuff up. So in 1929, the exact year that the Great Depression starts, they supposedly knock this old world hotel down. The exact same year, where there are so many photos of the inside of this palace. I have to take a second and show them. I can't logically put it together in my mind that something like this would be knocked down after just 36 years. If you want to know my opinion, just looking at these photos, matching the dates up with the Great Depression, and then giving us the narrative that the tallest building in the world just shows up after a year with fake propaganda to convince the world, it just couldn't be more of a lie in my opinion. So they knocked this thing down, where we can come back to this hotel one day. There is so much in this narrative that I could do an entire episode on this one, but I want to go to the Empire State Building's website, giving us this timeline where they knocked down this hotel, and from 1929 they are able to destroy a building, clean the whole thing up, get the designs ready for the tallest building in the world, get all of the materials together, all during the Great Depression, where inside the building they are telling us that the steel often arrived still warm from Pittsburgh, which is like 400 miles away. And remember, they weren't driving Lamborghinis. By the 1930s, there were long-haul trucks with a top speed of 25 miles an hour. So, this was a lot longer than 6 hours. And who knows what the highways were like. We are shown a bunch of dirt roads in the cities at this speed of 25 miles per hour on a highway that isn't bumpy and has hills. So doing 25 miles an hour the entire way. No bathroom breaks, no snacks, no stops. While according to physics forums, generally, it can take anywhere from a few minutes to several hours for a steel block to cool down. So it's not gonna take 15 hours when they just state it could cool down in a few minutes. This steel ridiculous story of it still being hot is ridiculous. I feel like that story should be removed from the inside of the Empire State Building at this point. And it has just been proven to be a lie, in my opinion. According to what we've just shown, they have a lie on the wall. What else can we find? Remember, they have to get all the men. They need to get everything ready. And then, after all that's done, knock out the tallest building in the world. All completed in 1931. When they start putting this building in the movies, like King Kong, and showing the world that this is the brand new building, where we all know how the industry works at this point. We all know how it goes. We know that it promotes the narrative that it wants to, and it promotes the people that are in the group, and that's fine. They can do that. But it is our job to understand what is going on, and what has been going on for a very long time, where it says, it is the first of many iconic roles the building will play on the silver screen. Among its most important pop culture moments, in my opinion, This is an old world building that they are just throwing right into our timeline, right during the Great Depression, and pretending like it was never there before. This is a magic trick, and I bet you they were laughing the entire time, when nobody even realized it, since they did it when the population was most vulnerable financially. Now for the fun, are you ready? We are told something massive, something that will give this all away. Here we go. The firm was founded in 1920, a partnership of Richmond S. and William L. Richard was the administrator. Remember, the plans had to be perfect. He had to get the entire project of the tallest building in the world, get it all together in a single year, and completed, where it states that Richard's planning skills facilitated the completion of the construction in a year. Richard's planning skills were recognized. A man that had the same name as his dad, a teacher for 4 years, and a member of the Sphinx Society, where his legacy states that he was also the lead architect for the landmark 1937 Williamsburg houses, housing development. So are you ready to see what these houses look like? The clear giveaway. A master that can knock out a masterpiece during the Great Depression, the tallest building in the world, and then take double the time to build some housing units. Mr. Richard, I believe you are being exposed. I believe this shows that the individual that supposedly led the construction of the Empire State Building, they themselves couldn't replicate it in just a small complex, let alone a massive tower. They never did it again, in my opinion, proving that this building was not constructed when we are told it was. Welcome to episode 77 of My Lunch Break. I hope you're all having a great day.
For entertainment and satire purposes only. You should look into some buildings, though, around where you live, because funny business is definitely going on, ladies and gentlemen. We have most certainly been lied to. Most certainly, in my opinion, of course. Satire and entertainment only. Love you all.